Hi guys, welcome back to the Tech Diary. This is a diary channel. I do take a while sometimes to get to the point. I do have to explain this as well because understandably some people find this channel having no idea who I am and wonder why, basically think, who is this guy? Why is he taking so long to get to the point? Just start talking about the phone or whatever. I do have another channel that does that gets straight into the topic. It's called Mark Ellis Reviews and it's linked in the description. This is just more of a venue for me to get into topics in a bit more detail and to be a bit looser with the content, which is quite nice. There's no edits, they're easier to make. It's a bit more natural, as you can tell. And I can just deep dive into certain topics. So if you've been watching this channel for a while, thank you. And if you've hit subscribe already, thank you very much. Talking of subscribers, we have just, about 2 or 3 days ago, hit 200,000 subs on the other channel, on Mark Ellis Reviews, and it's just a crazy number. And if you've contributed to that, thank you so much. We are going to be doing a big, and I mean big, giveaway based on the fact we've hit 200,000 subs in 2 or 3 weeks' time. And to find out about that giveaway, you need to be on the newsletter list. Now, you may be on the newsletter. That might be how you found this video, because this video is in the newsletter every week. But if you're not, it's just in the description. Just click that button. It's free. You get a weekly email, which includes access to the Discord server that I have. That's been going for 4 or nearly 5 years now. Loads of other content. And like I say, we will be doing this big 200,000 subscriber giveaway, which is very exciting. So that's the plugs and the explanation about this channel. See, I've been waffling for 1 minute and 49 seconds. That's how it is. The topic of today is about smartphones. It often is. But the reason it is today is because I've just realised I've left one of the smartphones I want to talk about at home. Brilliant. It's basically about the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the S25 Ultra, for which I did a fairly big comparison on the main channel a few days ago. And it included my first ever blind camera comparison, which is basically a thing where you take the same photo with both phones, several photos obviously, and then you put them on the screen in the video, and you label one of them phone A and the other one phone B, but you don't tell the audience which one is which until the end of the video. The idea being that people will look at these photos and make judgments about them, which one is their favourite, and then at the end of it they kind of think, okay, phone A, for instance, phone A was the one that I preferred the most, and then they find out that phone A was whatever. I won't give away which one was which in that video because I'd still like you to watch it if you haven't watched it already. What I would like to talk about is how subjective this part of smartphone reviews is, and also how frustrating it is when people can't accept other people's opinions on this. It's very similar to audio. So whenever I do a headphone comparison, for instance, and I don't do many, but when I do them, the same thing happens insofar as I say this pair of headphones, in my opinion, sounds better than that pair of headphones, but you may have a completely different opinion. Same thing with a photo. The photo that this took, I think, is better than the photo the other phone took. In my opinion, you may think differently. Every time, and it's great for engagement, it's great for the algorithm, all that sort of stuff. But every time I do this, it brings out these people who cannot accept these opinions of others if they differ from their own. So, and their point, and they have some merit in this, there's some merit in this, is that a good photo is a good photo. And the same thing with audio. People will say, yeah, but that pair of headphones just does not have good whatever, good dynamics, good whatever bass response, etc., etc. And there's some merit in that. There's some truth that is the case. An overexposed photo is an overexposed photo, no matter which camera took it, no matter what you think about the rest of it, it's probably a bad photo because of that. Although you could still argue that an overexposed photo of, your kid, I don't know, bouncing on a trampoline that's a weird example, but you get the point. An overexposed photo of your kid bouncing on his new trampoline could be the most joyful photo you take that year. So even that is subjective, to be honest. But forgetting that, in terms of a comparison between two phones, I get that kind of thing. I understand that. What I don't agree with is when I say, for instance, I prefer the colour reproduction on that phone. It pleases my eyes more than the other one. And for me, out of those two phones, the one that had a bit more of a bluish tint compared to the other one, which was far warmer. It had a very warm colour profile. I just preferred the other one for some reason. To be honest, I don't normally. I quite like warm photos, but there was something about the other one that just, and again, I couldn't really explain what it was. And this is the thing, you can't always fully justify what you prefer about that device. There's just something about it. About that phone, about that photo, there's something about it that you can't explain, and that's fine. I've got no problem if you look at a photo, and while I've been talking, we've been showing you some examples from that video. You'll be looking at them now, thinking, "Oh, that one on the left is terrible. That one on the right is unbelievably good, and he said it was bad or whatever." Who cares? It's fine, great. I've got no problem with you having that opinion. If it's different to mine, great. In fact, it's good to have different opinions, isn't it? Because we get debating, and also it helps us understand photography more. I'm not a photography expert. I've been an amateur photographer for a long, long time, since I was a kid, really. But I wouldn't consider myself an expert. I've never read a photography book. I've watched a lot of content from photographers who do know what they're talking about. So I've learned stuff via that method. But I'm not an expert at all. You have to have an eye for this sort of stuff. So to get into those debates with people who say, well, actually, no, I don't know why that one that you've chosen as your favourite photo, it doesn't have good dynamic range, actually, or that the colour there isn't quite right, or the white balance is off, whatever. It often teaches me something. It won't change my opinion of that photo, but it will teach me something. But it's just it's the animosity in the comments, guys. It's unbelievable. I'd love to know, actually, do you read the comments in these videos? Because I find them fascinating. I know other YouTubers, a lot of my YouTuber mates find them fascinating, but I'd love to know if you do as well. Do you get involved? Do you reply to people, or do you just read them and think, what are these people on? They get so passionately. In the comments section for that video, I had people telling me that the obvious things, you don't know what you're talking about. But then people saying things like, you should do better. You've got to do better than this. Beg your pardon? What else did I have? What are you on? What are you smoking? All this sort of stuff. It's like, nothing, actually. I just like that photo. I just like it. If you don't like it, that's fine. Do you find those people interesting? I find them fascinating. I'm not going to reveal which phone was which. And I think I've concluded that part of the issue and most people who commented were absolutely fine. It's always the minority who are idiots. But I think I've come to the conclusion that the people who were replying idiotically were just very surprised, actually, by the result. I think the results of that blind camera comparison are really surprising. Again, I've got to be careful what I say here, because I'll give stuff away, but I do think they're very, very surprising. They caught me out massively on several occasions. So yeah, if you haven't watched that video yet, go and check it out. We'll put a link down in the description. And that's today's diary done, guys. Thank you for watching these videos. We love making them. It's good. It's a nice change from the regimented, sitting there and doing all the fancy YouTube stuff. This is just a nice chat, I think. So thank you for getting involved if you have done in these videos. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, but you've been watching this channel for a while, please give it a little click. It makes a big difference. Give the video a like as well, and remember to sign up to the newsletter. That 200,000 subscriber giveaway is big. It's the biggest giveaway we've ever done. Very excited to tell you all about it, but you'll only hear about it in the newsletter, so get involved. And you get access to the Discord server, so you can meet Rob from the podcast. I'm on there as much as I can be these days, but there's a lovely community on there of people who are just... They're amazing. Go and check it out. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling and catch you in the next one. Cheers.